Apple's most talked about leaker has returned once again, and this time the spotlight is firmly on the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. New renders and fresh claims suggest that Apple's next Pro iPhones could take a massive leap forward, potentially placing them well ahead of competitors if these leaks prove to be accurate. The source behind these claims is John Prosser from Front Page Tech, a name that often sparks debate within the Apple community. Prosser has a long history of leaking Apple products, even after facing legal issues with the company in the past. Apple once accused him and another individual of gaining access to a prototype iPhone owned by an employee and revealing unreleased software through a FaceTime call. That situation resulted in recreated renders of what was believed to be iOS 26 and caused major controversy online. Despite this, Prosser has continued leaking information, including early looks at the iPhone 17 Pro and even Apple's rumored foldable iPhone. Now he claims to have early renders of the iPhone 18 Pro. One of the most surprising claims involves Apple's launch strategy. According to this leak, the regular iPhone 18 may not arrive in 2026 at all. Instead, it could be delayed until early 2027. If true, Apple's 2026 lineup would only include the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the iPhone Fold. This unusual approach could make the iPhone 18 Pro Max the most affordable new iPhone option that year, which would be a major shift from Apple's usual pricing structure. The most noticeable design change is expected on the front of the phone. Apple is reportedly moving Face ID completely under the display. This would dramatically change how the screen looks. With Face ID sensors hidden beneath the panel, the only visible cutout would be a small front camera placed in the upper, left corner of the display. This marks a big departure from Apple's long-standing design choices. Even with Face ID moving under the screen, the dynamic island is not going anywhere. Prosser claims Apple sees it as a core part of the iPhone experience. However, it will reportedly become smaller and repositioned. Since it no longer needs to house Face ID components, the dynamic island can shrink while continuing to function the same way, displaying live activities, navigation directions, music controls, and other real-time information. Apple may also refresh the color lineup for the iPhone 18 Pro models. 3 new colors are rumored: burgundy, brown, and purple. These shades suggest Apple is aiming for a more premium and bold aesthetic. Traditional colors like black or silver may still be offered, but these new options could become the standout choices for Pro buyers. On the camera front, Apple could finally introduce a long-rumored upgrade. The main rear camera is said to feature a variable aperture. This technology allows the camera to adjust how much light enters the sensor depending on the environment. In low-light situations, the aperture can open wider to capture more light, reducing noise and improving night photography. In bright conditions, it can narrow to keep more of the scene in focus. This works similarly to how the human eye adapts to different lighting conditions. A wider aperture also creates more natural background blur, known as bokeh, without relying heavily on software. This could lead to more realistic photos, especially in portrait shots. However, Prosser warns that this feature may be exclusive to the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Similar rumors surrounded the iPhone 17 Pro, but that upgrade never arrived, so some skepticism is reasonable. Despite these improvements, the overall rear camera layout is expected to remain largely unchanged. Apple appears to be prioritizing internal enhancements rather than a complete redesign of the camera module. Another subtle change could affect the camera control button. On current models, this button supports both touch gestures and pressure sensitivity. With the iPhone 18 Pro lineup, it is expected to rely only on pressure input. This simplifies the design, lowers production costs, and makes repairs easier. While minor on the surface, it reflects Apple's ongoing focus on refining hardware details. Performance is expected to see a major boost. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are rumored to run on Apple's A20 Pro chip, built using a 2-nanometer process. This would make them the first iPhones to use this advanced technology, delivering better performance, improved efficiency, and longer battery life. Apps, games, and AI features should run faster while consuming less power. Alongside the new chip, Apple is expected to use its second-generation C2 modem. Designed in-house, this modem should offer better signal stability, improved power efficiency, and tighter integration with iOS. The most ambitious upgrade, however, could be 5G via satellite. According to Prosser, this is the biggest change coming to the iPhone 18 Pro series. Unlike current satellite features limited to emergencies, this would allow full 5G connectivity through satellites. Even more impressive, users may not need to aim their phone at the sky. The connection could work naturally, even indoors or while the phone is in a pocket. With roughly 8 months to go before Apple's 2026 iPhone event, more leaks are almost guaranteed. If even a portion of these rumors turns out to be accurate, The iPhone 18 Pro lineup could represent one of the most significant shifts in iPhone history. Apple may be preparing to take bold risks once again, and the entire smartphone industry is paying close attention.